Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Dust and Elysian Tail speedrunning tutorial. In this episode I will teach you to use the ground dodge cancel technique, which is one of the most important things you will learn from these tutorials, because we use that technique throughout the run, since it's the fastest way of movement on the ground level. Later on you will use some techniques to move through air a bit quicker, but usually when there is just flat ground, this is the fastest technique to move around. So when you enter the second room of the game, you rocket jump your way all the way to the right. You have this pedestal, and on top of it you have crouch dot ability. You just jump up and you get it, and you use it by pressing either left or right trigger. And you can see the dust kind of really quickly rolls from point A to point B, and it's already faster than rocket jumping, and it's definitely faster than walking, even if we don't do any kind of animation cancelling, which I will show you later. But let me teach you something about why we speedrun this game on casual difficulty. When we go to settings, we have this setting called difficulty, and it's set to casual because I start off with casual difficulty. But we can change this difficulty on the fly. So if I want to change the difficulty to normal and press apply, it will come to an effect immediately. So I'm now playing this game on normal difficulty. And now please pay attention to the top left right corner of my screen. You can see a white bar there, and see what happens when I use my dodge roll ability. You can see that it goes down and eventually turns to red. And when it's red enough, it plays this sound effect, which basically means you're screwed, you don't have any stamina anymore. And you have to wait until you get enough stamina back to use dodge roll again. And that's really unfortunate, and that means we cannot spam our abilities as much as we want. This doesn't only apply on dodge rolls, there are other abilities in the game which consume the stamina bar, which is the reason why we are playing this game on casual difficulty, because let me show you what happens if I change it back to casual. Now, once again, pay attention to the top left corner of the screen. You can see that when I spam my dodge roll, the stamina doesn't go down. It refills before I even have a chance to use another dodge roll. And that means that we can spam this ability and other special abilities infinitely. It doesn't affect us at all. So we just can ignore that whole stamina bar, and we don't have to worry about it ever again if we use casual difficulty. And that is the reason why we use casual difficulty. There are other reasons, like in casual difficulty you cannot die, which is a nice benefit, not that useful, but when you're learning the run, I think it's a pretty useful thing that you actually cannot die. You just get a knockback animation and you get up on the same spot, so that's nice. But the infinite stamina is the main reason why we play this on casual difficulty. But enough with the difficulty, let's go to actual ground dash animation. So if I want to use this ability as fast as I can and just spam the trigger buttons like this, you can hear that I'm spamming my triggers pretty fast, but I'm not going nearly as fast as I'm pressing the buttons, which is because there is an animation which has to play out before I can use my next ability. So whenever dust rolls, he kinda crouches and slowly gets up. I have to wait like halfway through that animation before I can actually start dodge rolling again, which is the reason why I cannot spam it as fast as I want. But there are ways around it. This game uses a system called animation cancelling, which allows you to chain different abilities together much faster. You don't have to see the whole animation before you can use the next one. For example, when you're just attacking, when you press X multiple times, you get a combination of attacks, and each of those attacks has an animation which is usually a lot longer what you will see. For example, the first attack has quite a long animation, but if you press X twice really quickly, it cancels the first animation, so you can go immediately to the second one. And the system is in place because it makes the player experience a lot more enjoyable. You don't have to watch each individual animation because that will become boring really soon. That will cause the game not be as responsive as the developer wants and as the player wants. And there are other things, other animations that cancel each other. In this case, if you go down, if you crouch and you slash, you get this animation, and this animation actually cancels out the roll animation, and that is a very vital piece of information, since we can actually use crouch slash to cancel dodge roll and then chain dodge rolls into much quicker bursts of speed. Let me demonstrate how it actually looks like. That is a lot faster than it will be if I just spammed roll. Let me do it for comparison. This is just me doing rolls without any animation cancelling. And this is me doing rolls with animation cancelling. And in slow motion, what happens is I first do a dodge roll, I immediately go down, I slash, and after slashing I immediately roll again. So dodge, slash, dodge, slash, dodge, slash. And if you do it fast enough, you get a really good movement, which we call the ground dodge cancelling. It's important that you dodge roll immediately after ground slashing, because then you get the fastest results. Let me go from slow to fast so you can see what's going on. Wait, okay, let me try that again. I actually screwed that up myself, but here we go. And this is basically as fast as you can go. The nice thing is that you can hold down throughout this whole mess, so you don't actually have the spam down button or anything. You can just keep it down and that will work. And that's how you move really quickly in this game. Also, a cool thing about dodge roll is if you are near a ledge of a platform, if you roll down from this platform, it will be faster than a normal roll because I'm at the edge of the platform, like this. You saw that I just went really far, much further than I would with a normal dodge roll. For comparison, let me try from this position. That was not nearly as far as the first one. It may not be that obvious, but it's still there, trust me. So a nice thing is that you can actually chain dodge rolls from one ledge to other in this section, because here's the first one. You will land on this ledge, you will boost from there to this ledge, and from here you will finally enter the next room. And that's my lesson on ground dodge cancelling. Now you should be able to do it with those tips. But let me give you an advanced tip for ground dodge cancelling, which I didn't learn this immediately. It actually took a really long time before I was actually able to do this correctly. But when you are doing your ground dodge cancelling and you want to jump at the end of your ground cancel streak, remember to down slash before you actually jump, because that will save around half a second maybe. Since if you're just dodge cancelling and you want to jump, there's a little animation you have to play before you can actually jump if you don't cancel that animation. So it's important to remember to cancel the animation before you actually jump, so it will look something like this. This is advanced because it's actually really easy to screw this up, something like this. You will easily take a little backstep if you don't move your stick quickly enough upwards. So don't feel bad if you don't learn this immediately, but this is just an advanced tip. If you feel like you have mastered the dodge cancelling, this is something you can try out, which will save you some frames, but again, don't feel bad if you can't do it, it's pretty precise. But anyway, I think that's all I wanted to tell about dodge cancelling. Hopefully this lesson was helpful and helped you learn this technique effectively. So see you guys on the next episode, and thank you for watching.